Come on with us. We're heading to Utah, where we're planning on running the RimRocker Trail into Moab, jumping out the Canyonlands, and taking on the White Rim Road. It's going to be a good trip. Come on along. If you're in the Gunnison, Colorado area looking for some camping, Hartman Rocks is a free dispersed camping, has mountain bike trails, hiking trails. We come in on a busy weekend and we're still able to find some killer spots. If you're in the area, check it out. Chapter 2, the RimRocker. As we was airing down, we had a couple of groups go past us. We was a little worried about the trail being crowded, but man, that wasn't the case at all. I don't think we run into anybody or seen anybody else until that evening when we started looking for campsites. We was looking around and running just up and down some forestry roads, and we come across a campsite on top of a hill. Man, what a view. We sat up there and watched the stars and the twinkling lights off in the distance and really enjoyed it. Sunrise for day 2 on the RimRocker. Two rigs in 2 different states on the same trail. Chapter 3, the White Rim Trail in Canyonlands National Park. We was working along the White Rim Road heading towards our first campsite. This is Taylor Canyon. Man, what a cool place to camp. Feels like you're in the middle of nowhere. Sorry about speeding this up so much, but this is hard scramble. Kind of wanted you to get a look at it. Wasn't nothing really hard about it, just like a lot of other shelf roads out west. They're narrow, they're rocky, and you got big drop-offs. But this one's really pretty. Here, Penny had gotten out and she walked around to see if there was any oncoming traffic. If you hadn't been out west, the general rule of the road is that downhill traffic always yields to uphill traffic. There's a couple of reasons why. One, the uphill traffic, you don't want them to lose their momentum. And two, it is a lot safer for you to back up the hill than it is somebody to try to back down some of this stuff. So watch it, and you know what? Always be prepared. Look for your spots you can pull off as you're working your way down, because you may be the one that has to back up to clear the road for somebody else. Couple of pics here will let you see why they named it the White Rim Trail. Beautiful area. Wasn't really sure what we was getting into. We just talked to a guy in a big old Dodge, and he was a little bit excited, asking if we'd ever drove this part before, and telling us about the steep drop-offs on both sides and rocky, and I think he had us a little bit more worked up than what the road actually required us to be, but it was a pretty interesting little climb up the hill here. This is taking us up to the top of Murphy's Hogback on the backside. Right about here, my wife said, "Slow down." I may have been giving her a little bit too much gas, but man, it was a lot of fun. At about this point, I started thinking, what if somebody comes over the top of that hill and starts down? How friendly am I going to be when I explain to them the rules about who has the right of way? I don't think I want to back down this sucker. Look before you go. Chapter 4. We're heading to Colorado. Run up to Otts Lake, just outside Telluride. Camped at, I believe it was 11,225 feet. It's just down the road before you get to Ophir Pass. This was us going up Ophir. This is a little joke for my Illinois Overlander friends. Hey, don't worry, the snow's only knee deep. We can make it. Alright, if you're looking at this road and not sure if you'd feel comfortable driving it, I'm just going to say this. I'm 58 years old, and there was a lady went around me that I would call an old lady. Locals use this as a shortcut to get back and forth so they don't have to drive hours around the mountains. She was hauling it up there. So you guys, if you're feeling a little iffy on this road, just remember, literally, I seen a little old lady drive it. If you notice the truck sitting up there, one, he is yielding right away for me to come on up the hill. Bob's behind me. He's on a yield for him too, but it's a tour company truck. People are paying to come out and see this. Didn't use the audio off the camera because of wind noise and radio turned up. Right about here it come across our radio and Bob said, "This is incredible." Penny and I both looked at each other and smiled ear to ear because we knew there was somebody else hooked on the Colorado Rocky Mountain passes. After we top out Engineer, we're dropping down the other side to camp down by Lake City. Penny spotted a bear and she was so excited. She took a couple of pictures and she handed me the camera to try to put the zoom lens on, and we just didn't get it done. But I am so proud of her spotting that bear. Sure made her a happy camper. If you made it this far, thanks for coming along. We make these just because we enjoy going to these places and seeing them and hope to share them with other people. See you on the trail.